Hello, OOPK here. Welcome to the video. Uh, Firstly, I want to give you a big thank you. Thank you for getting me 50 subs. I got 50 subs on this YouTube channel, and you got me 3K views. And it means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. It motivates me. Keeps me going. Like helps me make the videos, with your support. So thank you first of all. Now let's get into the video. What subject are we talking about today? We're going to be talking about, is old school RuneScape gambling, or at least a form of gambling? Like, is it? Now, let me expand the question a bit to you. Yeah, let me expand the question. I'm not talking about gambling like in a sense like a slot machine when you go to the casino and you put your coin in and you might win, you might not. I'm talking about gambling in a different way. I'm talking about gambling with your time, yeah, in the hopes that you get a drop. So are you gambling with your time when you go really dry and you're hoping you will get the drop? Are you even guaranteed to get the drop? Will you get the drop? We don't know. And you may be asking, why am I asking this question? To what inspired me to go ahead and go down this rabbit hole? And what made me want to go down this rabbit hole? Now, let me show you something. Let me show you something. I'm on mobile for a reason. 1 second. Look, so it says here that got his got his Dragon Warhammer on stream after 24,000 Lizardman Shaman KC. Um, and he says in his own words, here's his post. It says he's been trying on and off to get it for the past 17 months, and it ended on kill 24,386. This has been, you can read it there. Um, That's a lot of kills. That's a lot of kills. 17 months trying to do it on a ultimate Iron Man. So he doesn't have the option to go to the GE and buy the Dragon Warhammer. Um, that's a lot of time to spend on one item on a video game. 17 months just killing the same thing in singles combat. It's not even using the cannon, just going there and blow piping them all the time. Is that's a lot of time to spend on doing something. And I see people doing collection logs. They're going a lot over and stuff, and it's made me ask the question: is RuneScape gambling? Is it gambling with your time? Like, and I want to ask and you're putting you're putting in time with the hopes of getting an item. How much time is too much time to put into getting an item? Now, I've got another example for you. I've got another example for you. Players who go 200 mil farming XP and they don't get their pet, or they go 200 mil woodcutting XP and they don't get their pet. So they're not getting 99. Like, for people who don't know, 99 is 13 billion XP. So they're not getting 99. They're getting 200 mil XP. So think about it. They're going 10 times or 20 times over the, well, this is rough maths. They're going to like 20 times over the over 99 to try and get a pet, and they're not getting this pet. So how much time is too much time to put into it? And I'm just thinking, is RuneScape gambling? Uh, so I've decided to put this forward to I've decided to put this forward to the community and see what the community have to say. And I've kept it anonymous. because I've kept it anonymous because I don't want any backlash towards the players themselves. Because I don't know, this could be controversial, I guess. So the first player I asked, I asked him, "Do you think it's gambling with your time?" He said, "If you really like the game, you would obviously think that it's not wasted time or gambling your time." And I said to him, I asked 'cause I see people go far over drop rates and still going. He said, if you find this game not fun, then it's not going to be fun. So he says, yeah. So my answer is, it really depends on how you view the game. That's what the first person said. And what do I think about what the first person said? I guess it's true. I mean, I guess it does depend how you view the game. I mean, some people, I guess that's something different. Some people view the game differently to other people, and you have to remember that, like, the same game you play is something else to someone else. So I guess that's a, I guess that's one thing. Now, I asked the next person. They said, I said 200 XP no pet. He said it depends how you look at it. And I said to him, settled killing 24,000 shamans for a dragon warhammer. He said, honestly, yeah, it's all a gamble to some degree. Tick rate, drop rate, even the wilderness and PvP. You can get good money in the wilderness, but you risk getting PK'd. And this person made me think. This person made me actually think about the mechanics of the game as a core. Like, think about it. Look what I'm doing right now. I mean, you may have seen this before, but I I pick at this wall safe. I have a chance to be successful. I have a chance to fail. I have an opportunity to skew my chances by having this stethoscope. You see here, this stethoscope in my inventory, and also my thieving level can skew the odds. Um, Also got me thinking. When you're he said, when you're in PvP and you're hitting each other, RNG, or we're gonna get into that in a bit. How much you hit is like up to random number generators. So how much you hit on a player or a monster, that's a random number generator. Me picking at that safe, that's a random number generator. So it's got me thinking into the game, and it makes me think, like, yeah, it is kind of a gamble. The whole premise of the game is maybe a gamble, because think about it, you could skew the odds in your favor and have better gear and stats, but at the end of the day, like, how much you hit, whether you're successful on this wall safe or the agility obstacle, or how long it takes you to cut a log, that is all RNG. So in a way, I think he's right. I think he's right. Like, the game itself, like, at our core, is random number generators. So that is that is something. Like, this is all random number. If it's all random number generated, then is that not in itself like gambling? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But it's made me think about how the game works, and, like, it's got me thinking. Um, I asked the next person I asked the next person as well. I think that I asked the next person. I said, like, I told him, I see people going 200 mil no pet, and yeah, as an example, and he said, yeah, they're quite unlucky in that case indeed, but in the end, it's just a probability. Someone else said pets are luck. He said, yeah, I'm quite sure of it. So he says you could look at raids or Muspah, the new boss, as an example, and he says that is 1 in 500 for a 1 in 500 for a bow drop, 1 in 100 for a shard drop, but you need five, so it's unlikely that you'll get unlucky. or it makes you unlike likely to go dry. Um, and I said, okay, that's what I was getting at. You gambling with time, and he said, I see. So I asked him a follow-up question, and he answered, then yeah, RuneScape is gambling with time. He agrees. I said, do you think another question I've been asking people is, do you think after you go a lot over drop rate, you should automatically get the item? So if you go ridiculously over the drop rate, should you be spooned the item automatically? Um, and he said no. He said no. He also said that RuneScape is gambling with your time, but as long as you have fun, it is okay to gamble with your time. Um, and he also said that he doesn't want to start an Iron Man because of the gambling with time aspect to the game. Okay, so I guess these mechanics have like affected the way he views Iron Man mode because you can't go to the GE and get the item. Uh, so that's fair enough to him. Now I've asked another player. On I asked another player, and this is all anonymous. So he said, of course it's. I asked him, is OSRS gambling? He said, of course it's a gamble. Uh, he says he's seen people complete barrows at 600 KC, and by the way, he's a collection log person. So, sorry, just to add some context into this, the person I'm asking right now is a collection log person. He said he's seen people complete barrows in 600 KC, and he's over 1k KC. He says drop rates make no sense and are pointless. He says, why have something at 1 in 3,000 KC, but it takes someone 1 in 10,000 KC to get? Which is a good point, which is a great point. Or 1 in 50. And I told him, say how you feel, it's anonymous. I told him right now, just say how you feel, it's totally anonymous. He says the whole system is effed up. Uh, he says he's kind of annoyed about it, but at the same time, he says it's more fun like that. Okay. He says it's more. Sorry, I got a beekeeper event, and I want this. I want this outfit. Yeah, he says it's more fun like that. He says also, if we didn't go over drop rates, the game would be so easy and so boring. So he says it's annoying, but it's a good thing. And I asked him one follow up. He said if I give him my stack of uncut gems, which I'm not going to do, because I care about my precious gems. So basically, I asked him the same question I asked the last guy. I asked him the same question asked the last guy. Um, should there be a guaranteed drop if you're ridiculously overrate? He says no because it would make the game much easier. Um, he says, from my knowledge, which he does have a lot of knowledge, he is in fact a max main with a he's a max main, so he's got a lot of game knowledge. And he says, from my knowledge, people get spooned and everyone ends up going over drop rate on something, which is which could be true, you know. Uh, it could be true. 1 second, sorry, I'm just struggling with this. Uh, wow. Okay, cool. Yeah, done my beekeeper event. So I said, I mean, like, if so, I asked him a follow-up question. Sorry to get back to it. I asked him if someone gets 150 mil farming XP, should they just get the drop rate? Should they just get the group drop to them for free? So if someone's going for the farming pet, and they got 150 mil XP, should they just get, just get their group? Like, should it just drop randomly? I said, and he said he's sure the drop rate is increased, but no, it shouldn't. He says it should not. He says going over drop rate is exciting. Now, what do I think? I asked a few players about what they think about the situation. I'm like, is OSRS gambling? Is it not? Um, what do I think? I think that OSRS is gambling in some situations. It is gambling. Um, I think you can change the chances or and your odds in some situations. Um, but at the heart of the game, it is random number generation. Um, and it affects everything from when you skill, like when you skill, to when you PvP, and to everything else in the game. Like how like from skilling to getting the drops, it affects everything, and it's all random number generated. So I think, yeah, it is gambling. It is gambling with your time, because some people put in many hours that you can't fathom in order to get something, and they might never ever get it. And this has made me look into another subject as well, and that subject is the gambling fallacy. The gambler's fallacy is that if you keep doing something, you're more likely to get it. If you keep trying to win something, you're more likely to get it. So for example, if I did a lottery 4,000 times, I'm more likely to win the lottery. Yeah. That's and that is the gambler's fallacy, and I think that affects a lot of players on old school RuneScape. You know, some players are willing to put in years or years of their real lives, like just trying to get an item that they may not actually get, and which is okay if it doesn't bother you and you've got time and you're not neglecting other things in your life, etc., etc. And then I think it's okay to do. No, but and I'm gonna lead it into another question that I want you to, like, maybe think about in the comments, or put a comment down below. Um, I'm gonna ask another question, and yeah, just comment below on your view on this, or how you feel about this. Because this video, it's gonna be more. I think it should be more interactive. Like, I want you to comment, because I want to know your view on this situation myself. I mean, I'm just throwing the subject out there. I'm throwing the subject out there to you guys, and I want to know your view on the situation. If OSRS is gambling, so if the answer to the question is OSRS gambling, if the answer is yes, then could it lead to gambling addiction? Do you think it could fuel people's addiction to the game? Do you think these drop rates, these rare items and stuff, fuel people's addiction to RuneScape, or do you think it could lead into addiction in RuneScape? Now, I would like to say thank you to you all, and I think that is all I have to say for this subject. This subject has been weighing on my mind for this subject's been weighing on my mind for a while. And I just wanted to talk about it and just throw it out there into the air so we can have some discourse. Talk about it. You know, it's nice. It's nice that you listen to me anyway. But just as I was saying, thank you for your support for the 50 followers and the 3K views. You mean a lot to me, my followers. Thank you for supporting OWO. You know, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. OWO. Now, thank you very much. I'm gonna leave you to it. Please comment what you think below. Is old school RuneScape gambling? If so, can it lead to addiction? That's my homework to you. If you've listened to this whole thing, if you don't want to comment, that's fine. Um, but just have the thought and think about it. Just think about it. Anyway, thank you very much. Have a good day. OWPK out.